Hello, awesome friends. Have you ever had the experience of waking up in the middle of the night just worrying about things and can't get back to sleep no matter what you do? And these worries are just so huge. So, today, that's what our letter is going to be about. My name is Jen. Some of my friends call me Awesome Jen. And I like to answer letters about people's everyday issues. I happen to be a licensed professional counselor, and I love human behavior and love understanding why people do what they do. If you want to write me a letter, feel free to. It's at dearawesomejen@gmail.com. And I may or may not read your letter on a future episode, but I will read all of them. Hopefully we can get your letter up in at some point. And also, before I get into the letter, I want to let you know that yes, I am a licensed professional counselor, but I'm not your counselor. So what that means is this is my advice, but I don't know you. Even if this is your letter, I don't know you. All I know is what's in your letter, and I'm advising as best as I can, but maybe it doesn't work for you. We're all very similar, but we're all very different. We all have different experiences, and what might work for you might not work for other people. So with that in mind, you can take this as entertainment, you can take it as advice, but make sure you decide what's best for you. Okay, first letter. Dear Awesome Jen, I am a 32-year-old female married with 2 kids. I work full-time, plus help my kids with their online classes, take care of the house. Basically, I have all the responsibilities of the average mother. Because of all the changes in the last year, I have started to wake up in the middle of the night with anxious thoughts running through my head, and it can take hours for me to go back to sleep. Do you have any suggestions on how to avoid the nighttime anxiety and how to get back to sleep faster? Thank you. Always so tired. Oh, I can relate so much. Everything's worse at 2 o'clock in the morning. The stuff I wake up worrying about at 2 o'clock in the morning is just ridiculous, but okay. So here are some ideas. I actually have 5 ideas. And so here's some ideas on how to get back to sleep. First one is ask yourself, is this something I have something that I can control right now? Can I do anything about this right at this minute? Most of the time, the answer is going to be no. Every once in a while, maybe I'll wake up and say, oh, I forgot to pay the electric bill. And I'll grab my phone, pay the bill, boom, back to sleep. Crisis averted. I can go back to sleep. Or, oh, I forgot to forward that email from work. Boom, pick up my phone, do that email, and but those are the minority. Usually, probably 95% of the time, there's nothing you can do about your problem at 2 in the morning. Okay, so if there's nothing you can do, remind yourself of that. There's nothing I can do about this, and see if and then I will take care of this in the morning. See if that's enough to get yourself back to sleep. Usually it's not, but it's the first step. Next, write it down. Get out your phone, get out a piece of paper and a pencil, whatever it is, keep by your bed. Write down what you're worried about. I mean, it's ridiculous, the kind of things we worry about at 2 a.m. But I want you to write them all down. Have you ever gone to the store and you had a list of like 5 things? I need milk, bread, water, broccoli, and cauliflower. And you keep saying those things, and you see a friend, and that friend wants to talk to you, and you're like, oh, I can't talk to you because I've got all these things I need to remember. And so you just missed out on this cool conversation. But if you'd written your list down, then you would have stopped to talk to your friend, and all would be fine. That's what happens with writing things down. It's like it releases them from our brains so that we can do other things like, I don't know, sleep. So if you write down all your issues that you're thinking about right then and there, and then be very conscientious about checking the list in the morning and seeing if there's anything you can do about it. I mean, the one that sticks out in my mind the most is I had painted my office that day, and I woke up at 2 in the morning worried about the color I had painted my office. And I'm like, okay, is there anything I can do about this right now? No. So I wrote it down, and I went right back to sleep because I realized, 1, I couldn't do anything about it. 2, I had to address it in the morning, and I knew I would address it in the morning because I had written it down. I looked at it in the morning, went and looked at my office, and went, this color's fine. What was I thinking about at 2 a.m.? But that avoided me staying up for hours about it, because our brains just do that to us sometimes. So that's the next thing, is write it down, but then address it in the morning and see if it's actually something that needs to be taken care of. Next, if those 2 things don't work, or they start to work, but you're still not asleep, there's a breathing exercise you can do. It's called 4-7-8. All it is you breathe in for a count of 4, and I'm just talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hold your breath for 7, and then you breathe out for 8. You do this 3 to 5 times. Usually about 3 times I run out of breath and I can't do it anymore. But do it 3 to 5 times, and oh my goodness, 9 times out of 10 you're going back to sleep. It is so weird. And this is something you can do during the day too. If you're anxious and it's not going to put you to sleep, it's just going to calm you down. But at night, it's not 100%. You're not always going to go back to sleep, but so often I'm like, oh, this isn't going to put me back to sleep. And then I wake up the next morning and go, I'll be darned, it worked. So 4-7-8 breathing. So once you have, done the other steps, and you can breathe, and then you can do that. And sometimes you can just jump to the 4-7-8 breathing if you find like whatever you are worrying about to be ridiculous or something you don't have to worry about right now. The next thing is, if you've tried the breathing is not working, then open up your phone. I know people say don't do the blue light or something, but open up your phone, read a book. It depends. Do you have a partner in your bed that you're going to disrupt or whatever? Do something. If you're just laying there stressing, you want to get your mind off it. You want to be thinking about something else. So I have a couple games on my phone that just put me to sleep. I mean, I enjoy the games, but they're not like super intensive. They don't get my brain going. They kind of relax my brain. Don't play those games that you got to think about and you got to figure out and all that. And don't read a book that's a thriller. Read something a little dry and boring, and something that'll just soothe you back to sleep. And then finally, this one, 4 and 5 can kind of intermix. Finally, is if you're just not going back to sleep, get up. Get up. Especially if you have a partner that you're interrupting, like no need for both of you to not sleep. Might as well allow your partner, your pet, whatever you're sleeping with, to get up and have their own rest. If you're just tossing and turning, even if you are sleeping by yourself, like if you're just tossing and turning, you're not sleeping, get up, go do something, go sit out and read a book, go watch a boring documentary on TV. Just go and do something. Respond to that work email if it's really wrinkling you, just whatever it is, just get up for a little bit. Sometimes you'll get, after a little bit, you'll get tired and you'll go back to bed and go back to sleep. And sometimes you're going to stay up. You know what? If you stay up, that's okay. Plan on a little bit of time to take a power nap that day if possible, and then plan on going to bed a little bit earlier, and you'll sleep better the next night. This isn't an all or nothing. This is, okay, I'm not sleeping, I'm up, maybe you're accomplishing something, don't make being up more fun than sleeping. Like, oh, I'd rather be playing this video game than sleeping, because you don't want to teach yourself to want to stay up, if that makes sense. But if it's here and there, just get up, just do that. So those are my ideas. So yes, for our letter writer, always so tired, those are my ideas for you, and hopefully some of those will help you to relax and get back to sleep. And so just in review, ask yourself, can I do anything about this right now? Write it down. Breathe, 4-7-8, read or play a game in bed, or just get up. I have enjoyed getting to hang out with you today. If you have a letter you want to write, please feel free to drop me a line at dearawesomejen@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.